Hey everybody, it's Chad Warren here. Wanted to share with you some value that I picked up in the official Power Lead System Facebook group today. Um, if you've tried to market online, you're probably familiar with similar setups where it's like, okay, here's a system of how to market, and then they'll tell you, well, you're going to have help once you join. And then once you join, and then you don't really take action because you get confused about what to do. So I would say that is part of the nature of marketing itself because it's just different than a job in a lot of ways, unless you're familiar with marketing sales type of jobs. Meaning that, you know, if you're constantly somebody, well, that's not really the whole point about this person's reaction that triggered me to share this. But it really is about building a relationship with people. Like this guy said something, and I have a similar experience. He said he only takes his car to one place, and it's funny. I am from Hot Springs, which is an hour from where I live here in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I was visiting my folks. And I needed to take my truck in for service, and I went to this Midas place across from the mall. And I just was really impressed. They were professional acting. They did a good job of taking me out there while the truck was on the lift to show me, look, here's this part here. This is what it's doing. This is why it needs to be replaced and all that kind of jazz. So I feel I can trust that person, and I'm willing to drive an hour away to take my car there. So I hope to be that person for you as you learn how to market online. And just want to show you the kind of support that I get. So I'm just, it took me a while to figure out how to join. When you do join, it'll ask for like a ID, a user ID. That is at the bottom of your page in your back office at the My Company Admin site. At the bottom, it'll say like a referral ID. That's what that number is that I didn't have. And then it'll ask for your username and password, I believe. So, let's see here. Okay, Mark Burton. Okay, wow, don't I feel like an idiot? I'm a gold member, like me, and I had no idea the opportunity that I have in the palm of my hand or the tips of my fingers was this great. That is not until tonight when I finally stumbled into the PLS Training Center and watched the webinar from March 6th, which was conducted. Very simple. I have no doubt that even being as technologically challenged as I am, I can do this. So I vow right now that you will be seeing more of me as I learn the system and build my business to a six-figure income. Thanks in advance to PLS. And there was another. Let's see, somebody's asking specifically. He wants info about Andrea Carroll's solo ads. Or somebody that here, Amanda Way, PLS. Thanks for another weekly payment, $704.53. Um, So yeah, and like I say, I've been speaking directly with my sponsor. Let me find him. Phone's running slow. Okay, so this finally will load. But he's got training videos that he makes himself, and that's in addition to the training videos available through Power Lead Systems. So again, I think the problem is that you're following advice, right, of somebody when you choose to system, and then you're receiving training. It's in that handoff to where you are the one seeking, and not just information, but information you can act on, right? So that's what we're talking about here. Is I like marketing online because it's like where you transition from being somebody who's researching something yourself, like I do with, you know, information about alternative views of what happened in history, right? Except you actually can apply that by being able to build a relationship with people. And the idea is that you can provide all this value in free information for people, in that they will want to join you and buy your products and services that you offer if you have built that relationship. Because, like, uh, you know, I'm really comfortable with a group of independent researchers into occult and alternative history information at so those are people that, I've bought, I paid for Tracy's Plus Ultra content, and I purchased her book Genuflect. So I'm serious about learning how to promote alternative media, and there again, that's just what I'm familiar with about how when you're online, then you want to find people that you can meet with, and then we're all experiencing using these teleconference technologies in order to do that. That'll be the next stage as we all start to locally. You're going to have to find these other people, because I noticed that that's what's happening. People are going online, they're getting connected to what they care about in life, but then it's everybody's all polarized, right? So you have to get together in a group online to work with the people that you can cooperate with towards your goals, and then we need to use that technology to get involved locally. So I hope to use the library as a resource to have meetings there, because this is like a second American revolution. Are in the minority, whether it's those that make money online through marketing or those that are challenging the way we've been educated, because we're using the research tool of the internet to find information. So it's when America, the story that I've heard, about the American Revolution, is that you had a minority of people that were both common people and aristocrats that said, "Hey, I think that we should not tolerate being taxed without being represented." And then they had the Boston Tea Party, and they said, we're going to break ranks. It's not rare. The whole point of this place is that it's this big, wide open place, and there's no need to be bullied, right, and subjugated. The same thing is happening with the internet today. Capiche? Right? And it's an international movement. It's people that are saying, look, if you're going to put us all in this digital world, right, then we have to have some rights, and you can't censor our speech just because it's unpopular. Because whether you're talking science or spiritual faith, whether it's the New Age or Gnosticism, this progressive cutting edge of people that are seeing things differently than the majority of people who they represent more the stability force of like this is what is established and we're going to protect that. And I'm smart enough to understand you have to have both of those forces, right? Somebody is very right when they say don't think you're going to make money as an actor or a musician or in arts, right? They're right to say that because really very self-supportive, and you have to find a collective of other people where you're supporting each other. You know, we're not going to be able to turn to some kind of established judicial system to represent us. We're going to have to directly advocate for what we want. I hope that is making sense, and I hope that you will bring me your questions. I hope you will go to truthseekingmoneymaker.com and put your name and email in there in order to check out Power Lead Systems. And I hope that you contact me railroad of sharing information to get us all out of the slavery system that we're in. You know, I just saw a quote in her earlier and it was speaking right to me. It was like, hey, are you too tired after you get home from work to fool with this? You know what I mean? Like that's where we're at. Wherever you're, whatever's going on in your life, you're not alone. You know what I mean? So don't. It's so easy to, however you look at it, like it's hopeless or there's hope. You're right. That's the fundamental consciousness, and then we have to develop skill sets like how to help other people online with the information that we do have. Thank you very much.